Welcome! Today I will show you 3 popular riddles from the United States. Write down in the comments if you were able to solve some. Here comes the first riddle. Moving into his new house, Jacob notices 3 light bulbs in the attic. But Jacob is confused because he cannot see any switches. After searching for a while, he finally finds the switches in the basement. Now he obviously wants to know which switch is connected to which light bulb. But he definitely doesn't want to walk all the way up and down 2 more times. Jacob may play around with the light switches as many times as he likes, but as soon as he has gone back up into the attic, he wants to be able to tell which switch goes to which light. How can he do that? Pause the video here to think carefully. The solution will follow in 3, 2, 1. It's a really cool riddle which requires some out-of-the-box thinking. The key to the solution is that the light bulbs also get hot when they are switched on. Jacob does the following to solve that task. He switches on the switches 1 and 2. He waits for a moment and then he switches off number 2. When he enters the attic, he knows that the light bulb that is on is wired to switch 1. Whichever light bulb is off but still hot is wired to switch 2. And the third one is wired to switch 3. Obviously any combination would work, and you can also flick switch 2 and 3 or 1 and 3 instead of 1 and 2. The next one is riddle number 2. You are hanging out at home, drinking some wine, when a friend presents you with a challenge. He takes 2 same wine glasses and fills one up with red wine and the other with white wine. He then puts 1 tablespoon of red wine into the white wine glass. And after mixing, he takes 1 tablespoon of this mixture, exactly the same amount as before, back into the red wine glass. He then wants to know, is there now more red wine in the white wine glass? Or is there more white wine in the red wine glass? Pause the video now to think about the riddle. The solution comes in 3, 2, 1. This is always a very controversial riddle, and many people have a hard time believing the answer at first. The answer is that there's the same amount of white wine in the red wine glass as there's red wine in the white wine glass. It's important to remember that there's some red wine being transferred back to its original glass. So even though you do indeed transfer less white wine in the process, the red wine that you bring back with it makes it even. It doesn't even matter how many times you repeat that process, how much wine you transfer into the other glass and back. The order doesn't matter and you wouldn't even need to mix it. As long as in the end, there's the same amount of mixture in the glasses, the amounts of white wine in the red wine glass and red wine in the white wine glass will always be the same. Here comes the third riddle. Leonard is a criminal who is in trouble to pay back all his debts. He has met with 2 other criminals in a remote house in a Siberian forest to play a version of Russian roulette. The revolver is a 6-shooter and the first criminal puts 2 bullets in 2 consecutive chambers of the revolver. He spins the chambers, puts the gun to his head, pulls the trigger and survives. Now it's Leonard's turn. He is handed the gun and given the choice. He either puts the gun straight to his head and pulls the trigger, or he may respin the gun first and then he does the same. Can you help Leonard to make the better choice? Pause the video now to think carefully before answering. The solution will follow in 3, 2, 1. In the classic Russian roulette version, with only 1 bullet in the gun, the solution will obviously be to respin the gun before shooting. However, when there are 2 bullets in 2 consecutive chambers, the game changes. If you respin the gun, in 2 out of 6 cases there will be a bullet in the chamber, but if you don't respin, in only 1 out of 4 cases there will be a bullet in the chamber, because out of the 4 possible chambers the first criminal hit, only 1 will be followed by a loaded chamber. That means Leonard should just take and fire the gun without respinning it. By the way, if you are interested in daily, funny and challenging riddles, make sure to check out the Riddle channel Instagram page, which I just started a couple days ago. For everybody who thinks that sounds awesome, I'll put the link on top of the video description. That were 3 more of my favorite riddles that are popular in the United States. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next video.